Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this new session. So, with each passing day now, we are just getting closer and closer to our upcoming NET exam in June. As you all know by now that your NET exam this time is going to be held on 25th of June, right? And I know that all of you are really working hard day and night so that you can get your GRF, right? And trust me, you will get it this time. If you work really hard with calmness, passion, patience, and dedication, it is very easy. Right. So, with that positivity in mind, let's get started with our session tonight. Shall we? Great. So, let me start by sharing my screen with you all. Today, also, we will do exam style questions from Indian literature. Right. I hope all of you can see my screen. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. So welcome again to our NTA Net revision session 11. Are you all ready? Great. Let's move on to the first question for tonight. Ready? Shall we move on to the first question? Before that, it's a humble request to you all. Please like the session, will you? Okay. So here we go. The first question for tonight. The first question is only the question of chronology because we know how NT is obsessed with questions of chronology, years, right? So that's why let's start with chronology. Arrange the following landmark Indian novels in chronological order based on their first year of publication. So you have to arrange these novels in the correct order as per their year of publication. Easy, you know this. Very well-known works, not obscure or vague. So it is easy, right? Yes. Tell me. Let's go through the years first, shall we? The Guide by R.K. Narayan. It was published in 1958. The Guide by R.K. Narayan was published in 1958. 1958. Then Clear Light of Day. Clear Light of Day by Ankita Desai was published in 1980. 1980. The Guide 1958. Clear Light of Day 1980. Next, The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy, published in 1997. 1997. The Guide 1958. Clear Light of Day 1980. The God of Small Things 1997. Then Midnight's Children 1981. Midnight's Children 1981. Right? And lastly, The Serpent and the Rope by Raja Rao was published in 1960. 1960. The correct order would be A, E, B, D, C. The Guide 1958. The Serpent and the Rope 1960. Clear Light of Day 1980. Midnight's Children 1981. The God of Small Things 1997. So A, E, B, D, C. Very good. You all got it correct. Right. Let's move on to the next question. Yes? Yes. Option 2 is the correct answer. Very good. Next. Match the following. A very favorite pattern of NTA. NTA loves asking questions this way. NTA loves asking questions in this way. There is match the following. Here you can see some works on the one hand and the authors on the other. You have to match. Later Days Arms, A Bend in the River, The Room on the Roof, all about H. Hatter. Who wrote Later Days Arms? Nissim Ezekiel, the famous Indian poet. A Bend in the River, it's a novel by V.S. Naipaul. The Room and the Roof, again, it's a novel by Ruskin Bond. And lastly, All About H. Hatter, that's by G.V. Desani. G.V. Desani. Right? Correct. So, yes, Later Days Arms, it's a famous poetry collection by Nissim Ezekiel. A Bend in the River, it's a novel by the Nobel laureate V.S. Naipaul. The Room on the Roof was the debut novel by Ruskin Bond, which he wrote at the age of 17. And then All About H. Hatter is a stylistically complex and experimental novel by G.V. Desani. G.V. Desani. Are you all answering properly? Let me open the chat box and check once. Meanwhile, let's move on to the next question. Again, match the following question. Answer. Answer. Can you all hear me clearly? Yes, very good. Correct. Yes, everyone, please like the session. Okay. Eunice D'Souza, Adil Jussawala, KKN Daruwala, Jayanta Mahapatra, very prominent Indian poets. Yes, correct. Option 1 you are saying, let's see, let's check. Correct. Eunice D'Souza wrote Fix. Eunice D'Souza wrote Fix. Adil Jussawala wrote Missing Person. Adil Jussawala wrote Missing Person. KKN Daruwala wrote Under Orion. Under Orion. And Jayanta Mahapatra wrote A Reign of Rights. Jayanta Mahapatra wrote A Reign of Rights. Very good. Very good. Yes, option 1 is correct. Right. Shall we move on to the next question? Oh, another one. Tell me, The Golden Threshold. It's a poetry collection by Sarojini Naidu. Right? The Fakir of Jangira. That's by Henry Derozio. Right? Tell me, what would be the correct answer? A3. B1. Lays of Ancient India. That's by Ramesh Chandar Dutt. C2. Love and Death. That's by Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo. And the Fakir of Jangira is by Henry Derozio. The Golden Threshold, it's a poetry collection by Sarojini Naidu. Lays of Ancient India is by Ramesh Chandar Dutt. Love and Death, it's by Sri Aurobindo. And the Fakir of Jangira is by Henry Derozio. Tell me, who among them was associated with the Young Bengal movement? You can see these authors here. So who among them was associated with the Young Bengal movement of Hindu College? Young Bengal movement which developed around Hindu College. Who was associated with the Young Bengal? Yeah, movement. Young Bengal movement. It is Henry Derozio. Derozio was associated with the Young Bengal movement. Hindu College was established in Calcutta in which year? Hindu College was established in Calcutta in which year? 1817. 1817, the same year in which Coleridge's Biographia Literaria was published. The same year in which Coleridge's Biographia Literaria was published. Right? Tell me, Coleridge belonged to which group? Coleridge belonged to which group? He belonged to the group called the Lake Poets. Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Sade. They were known as the Lake Poets. And the term lake poets was coined by Francis Jeffrey. Francis Jeffrey. Okay? Right. Very good. Next. Which of the following texts is by Amitav Ghosh? Which of the following texts here is by Amitav Ghosh? Guys, please like the session. Very few likes are there. Which work here is by Amitav Ghosh? The Inheritance of Loss is by Kiran Desai. The Great Indian Novel is by Shashi Tharoor. Shame is by Salman Rushdie. Jungle Nama is by Amitav Ghosh. Jungle Nama is by Amitav Ghosh. Correct. Jungle Nama is about Bon Bibi of Sundarbans. Jungle Nama is about the Bon Bibi of Sundarbans. Yes, Jungle Nama is by Amitav Ghosh. That's correct. Next. Which of the following poets authored the 12-part poem sequence, A Relationship, which was the first work of English poetry to win the Sahitya Academy Award? Tell me. Which of the following poets authored the 12-part poem sequence, Relationship, which was the first work of English poetry to win the Sahitya Academy Award? Very good. It is by Jayanta Mahapatra. Jayanta Mahapatra. Jayanta Mahapatra. Tell me, who was the first Indian playwright to get the Sahitya Academy Award? Who was the first Indian playwright to get the Sahitya Academy Award? It is Mahesh Dattani. Mahesh Dattani. He was the first Indian playwright to get the Sahitya Academy Award. Okay? Yes, very good. Correct. So, if you are preparing for December net, it's high time you join our Vallat UGC Net English Premium online course. In this course, our classes will start from 10th of July. Okay? Do join us and learn with us. All right. Very good. Okay. Another beautiful question of match the following. Let's answer this. Another beautiful question of match the following. Tell me. Yes, Sanjana. Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Sade, they are the lake poets. It got the Sahitya Academy Award. Jayanta Mahapatra got the Sahitya Academy Award. Yes. Answer this one. Gulamgiri, A Nation in Making, The Indian Musalmans, Economic History of India. You are saying two? Let's check. Yes, two indeed. Gulamgiri, that's by Jyotirao Phule. A Nation in Making, that's by Surendranath Banerjee. The Indian Musalmans is by W. Hunter. Economic History of India, that's by Ramesh Chandra Dutt. Today we have learnt about two works of Ramesh Chandra Dutt. Yes, two works of Ramesh Chandra Dutt. So, Gulamgiri, that's by Jyotirao Phule. A Nation in Making, that's by Surendranath Banerjee. The Indian Musalmans is by W. Hunter. And Economic History of India, that's by Ramesh Chandra Dutt. Okay, clear? Right, very good. Who authored the influential critical work, The Perishable Empire? Essays on Indian Writing in English. It's a work of the year 2000, and it examines the canonization and historical shifts of English literature in India. So tell me, who wrote this collection of critical essays called The Perishable Empire, which examines the canonization and historical shifts of English literature in India? This collection of essays was published in the year 2000. 2000. Yes, it's by Meenakshi Mukherjee. The Perishable Empire, it's a collection of essays by Meenakshi Mukherjee. Do you remember who wrote Masks of Conquest? Masks of Conquest is by Gauri Vishwanathan. Masks of Conquest is by Gauri Vishwanathan. Rajeshwari Sundar Rajan edited the critical collection of essays called The Lie of the Land. Rajeshwari Sundar Rajan edited the critical collection of essays called The Lie of the Land. The Lie of the Land. Okay? Right. In which year was Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's Rajmohan's Wife widely considered the first Indian novel in English, was first published in the book form? It's a tricky question. Don't get tricked. Calm down, relax, read the question carefully, then answer. When was Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's novel Rajmohan's Wife, which is the first Indian novel in English, when was it published in the book form? And I tricked you all successfully. I knew that you would make this mistake. It is not 1864. In 1864, Rajmohan's Wife was serialized in the journal called Field. It was published in the book form in 1935, the same year as publication of Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable. In 1864, this novel was serialized. It was not published in book form. Look at the question and then answer. Na? Don't make such mistakes in exam. Yeah. It was published in the book form in 1935. It was serialized in 1864. And it was published in the book form in 1935. Let me tell you how. So, you all know that it's actually a book in Bengali. It's actually a book in Bengali, right? So, while this novel was serialized in the periodical Indian Field in 1864, it was famously lost and did not appear as a published book until 1935, after the missing chapters were painstakingly reconstructed, and later it was translated back from a later Bengali version, and it came out in the book form in 1935. Yes, same year as Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable. Correct. One more question for you all. Which of the following statements here are true about Nissim Ezekiel? Which of the following statements here are true about Nissim Ezekiel? Do you like the session, guys? Please. Which are the correct statements here about Nissim Ezekiel? He is regarded as the father of post-independence Indian English poetry. His poetry frequently explores the alien insider theme. In life in Mumbai, he avoided the use of irony and colloquialisms. He utilized Indian English vernacular in his very Indian poems in Indian English. He was a member of the Bene Israel Jewish community. And you guys are correct. Very happy, very proud of you all. A, B, D, E. These are correct statements about Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel is often regarded as the father of post-independence Indian English poetry. Yes. His poetry frequently explores the alien insider theme and life in Mumbai. He utilized Indian English vernacular in his very Indian poems in Indian English. And yes, he was indeed a member of the Bene Israel Jewish community. Correct. So A, B, D, E. A, B, D, E. Correct. Very good. Lovely. So that's all from our side for tonight. I hope you guys loved the questions and I hope you enjoyed this session altogether. And if you're preparing for December ka net, to join us, okay? Right. And tomorrow there will be paper one session by Jobin sir. And I will see you all again on Friday at 9:30 p.m. And I will be back on Friday again with more questions of Indian literature for you all. All right. Till then, do take care, keep learning, stay safe, and bye bye. And do like the session, okay? Chalo.